Hi everyone, and welcome to our chair yoga practice for today on Chair Yoga TV. My name is Claire and I'm so looking forward to sharing this practice with you. Just reminding us to come here into this moment, working on our hips a little and our hamstrings, and also on being present and calm. So I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you do enjoy the videos, to like the video and also subscribe to the channel, and that way more people get to share chair yoga along with us and its beautiful benefits. Okay, let's get started. So welcome to the practice. Let's get ourselves started in sitting mounted. So we'll come a little bit towards the front edge of the chair and walk your feet forward a little bit as well, so that you can have your heels sitting right underneath your knees and about hips distance apart for your knees, and your middle toes want to point forward if you can. And then we'll sit up nice and tall. So we'll let the spine grow tall, the crown of the head can reach up to the sky. Maybe you feel as though the tailbone moves down a little bit, just lengthening, not tucking, but just lengthening underneath. And then from here, we can roll the shoulders up and back and down. And maybe you want to do that a few times. I definitely always enjoy a couple of shoulder rolls, as you might know if you do my videos often. And then releasing your shoulders down, let them settle into the back, and just let your hands fall, maybe facing down or up on your lap, whatever feels comfortable. If you'd like to, you can close your eyes now, or just let your gaze soften if that feels better for you. And just start to feel into the space of your body. I don't know what you've been doing today. I've just been running around the shops trying to get a new internet connection, and been around a lot of other people and the noise and then in the traffic. And so it's just a beautiful opportunity, whatever you've been doing, to just take a moment to just stop, to be still, to have a little self-inquiry and check in with how you're doing in this moment. So ask yourself that question: how are you really? Just listen for the answers. They might show up in a physical expression, or they might show up in an emotional expression, or a thought, or an energy feeling, or even in your breath. So just notice what's happening there for you. And it doesn't matter what is showing up, because everything is valid and important actually. So just acknowledging it when it shows up without any judgment. So what is showing up for you in this moment? Just observing it. I'll just take another few breaths, just having this little self check-in. Not needing to do anything about what we're finding, except just notice it. Just be aware. And then when you feel ready, let's come back into this space, but we'll keep that connection to ourselves, that sense of checking in regularly, and hopefully we'll remember to do that as well during our days as we go on outside of the class. But let's come down to our feet now, and let's press the feet down into the floor and feel the sensation of grounding into Mother Earth. If you have been doing a lot of things in your day, just coming back and getting those feet grounding into Mother Earth is really, really important. And then from here, let's take a couple of breaths. We'll let the hands just start to circle around. Start to let them climb upwards towards the sky. And as you exhale, let the hands start to circle back down. We'll do that again, taking them up to wherever's comfortable for you today. And then coming back down. And then from here, let's gently float the arms out. Maybe the chest will expand. And on the exhale, wrap one arm under the other and come into yourself. Give yourself a hug. And then inhale to open out. And wrap the other arm underneath and give yourself a big hug. Here we are, opening up. And again. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. And then from there, opening the arms out. Maybe you'll bring your hands to your hips or your lower back or even the back of the chair and just expand that chest a little bit further upwards and spreading apart the collarbones. The shoulders might move towards each other. And just take a big breath into the front of the spine. And on the exhale breath, let's breathe into the back of the spine as we make a little C shape or lean back in the chair. And then inhale, we'll lean forward a bit more this time and draw the chest forward and up. And exhale, let's move back. And again, inhaling, coming forward and exhaling. And then inhale to the center. And as you exhale, start to float over towards the right and around towards the front and then over to the left and around to the back. Sometimes we do this with a really long spine with no bending, but if you feel like you'd like to just flow in your own way now, just flowing around one way. And then we'll change direction and we'll flow around the other way. Just let your body guide you. Let your breath guide you. They are your best guides as to where you should or shouldn't be in your practice. Your mind, on the other hand, it has a lot of stories to tell. So let's follow the guidance of our breath, our body. Come back into the middle. From here, let the shoulders climb up towards the ears. And as you exhale, let them drop down. You might even like a sigh if you want. Inhale, let them lift upwards and exhale. And again. Then from here, let's start to let the arms gently float upwards to shoulder height and exhale, bring them down. On your inhale, float them upwards and exhale one more time. And this time, let's flip them over and bring them either together in front of the face or maybe up a little higher, wherever feels right for you, and bring them halfway down as we exhale. Inhale together somewhere, exhale. And inhale again. And we'll let them float all the way down this time. Beautiful. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, turn your ribs around towards the right. Maybe your left hand will go to the outer edge of the right thigh. From here, if you want, you can bring your right hand to your shoulder or head it outwards towards the back. Take a breath in here. A breath out. Let it settle. And then use your inhale breath to open the side ribs as you rotate the shoulders forward and maybe the hand floats up and over. Inhale, come back up, and then exhale back into that twist. Inhale, turn the shoulders forward and exhale to the side. And inhale, back up and exhale, twist. We'll do one more just like that. Exhale. Inhale. And then we will use that inhale to come back and around, and we'll switch sides on the exhale. Choose where you'd like to take your hand and take a breath in and out to land. And then use your inhale to turn the shoulders forward and open those side ribs as you exhale. And we'll float through a few of those little rotations to side bends. Just coming up and over. And coming up and back, lots of space in the spine as you twist and bend. And then gently we'll return back to the front and land down. Let's keep our left leg where it is. We'll bring the right foot up to the ball of the foot and we'll slide the foot underneath the chair and then back out. A nice little cat toy, of course, right here. Just move that over to the side. And sliding forward and back. And just coming up onto the ball of the foot and rolling the ankle gently around. Just feeling into where your ankle would like to go today. And you can change direction and check in with your breath. That's it. And then let that foot come down. We'll just change sides. So we're grounding into the right foot as we slide the left leg forward and back. Lovely. Feels good to move the knees. And let's circle around the ankle now. Just gently, don't force anything. We never need to force anything actually. Always follow the guidance of our breath, our body. There's no need to push or pull anything further than it needs to go. That's a story of the mind. Let's bring the foot back down to the earth. Let's take our knees gently side to side. Another one of my favorite moves. If you've done my classes for a while, you'll know that. I love this one. I don't know, it gives me a really beautiful release in my lower back. A little movement into my hips. Last one. And then we'll come back into the middle. And let's take a breath here. And a breath out. Here we are. Now grounding down into your left foot, bring your right foot up onto the ball of the foot. You're welcome to keep it on the ball of the foot if that is what feels best for you today. You can also straighten your leg out now along the ground if that feels good. Another variation is to lift the leg up and maybe draw it inwards towards the chest for a moment. And then if you feel like it, stretch the leg away. And pull the toes back if you decide to take your leg long, whether it's on the ground or in the air. Press down into that left foot and that's going to give you that little lift through your spine. Take a couple of breaths here. Lovely. We'll let that leg now float down towards the ground, and if you like you can stay with your heel lifted in the center, or you maybe open that knee out a little bit wider to the side, or maybe pick it up off the ground again. Maybe take a hold of it underneath, and a variation if you want to is to stretch the leg out from here. Take a breath or two here. You can do that along the ground as well, don't forget. So many options on the chair, sometimes I forget to mention some of them. There's just so many ways you can do things. That's one of the reasons I love chair yoga. So many options. Let's bring that leg back in now and we'll place it back down onto the floor if it was up. Walk it back into sitting mountain. We'll use that leg as our grounding leg now. We'll do the other side, so we'll bring up onto the ball of the foot. Maybe we stretch along the ground. Perhaps we pick it up, we give it a little hug in towards the chest, and then we stretch it out. So again, so many different ways you can do it. You can have it shorter, you can have it longer. What do you feel like doing? What's your body saying to you today? What's your breath saying? Can you breathe calmly and fully and completely wherever you are? Now we'll bring that foot back in. Ball of the foot touches down and staying in the center, or maybe opening that knee towards the side a little bit, maybe leaving it down, extending it out, or picking it up and extending it out here. So many ways again. That means there's options for everyone, which means that chair yoga is really inclusive and accessible to so many people. That's the idea, is that really nobody ever misses out on doing yoga ever again. Let's take another breath here. And your exhale, bring your foot back down. Walk your foot back into the center. Take a breath as you arrive here. Now keeping that left foot grounded, let's pick up that right foot again. We're going to bring it up, and this time we're going to rotate the knee out towards the side. And again, sorry, this can be done down on the ground if that feels more comfortable, right? So we want to rotate out, get an external rotation. You may like to pull the toes back towards your face. And we'll take a breath in. Maybe the hands will leave the legs. You might use your hand to hold on though. It's up to you. As you exhale, twist the ribs around towards the right, and perhaps explore taking your arms out somewhere away from you, forward and back maybe. And ground the foot down into the floor. And take a breath in and out. Your inhale breath, come back around to the center and bring that knee that's turned out and turn it inwards now. So that could be on the ground, that can be lifted. Let's see if we could twist the other way. Let's turn to the left. Just take your hands to wherever feels comfortable. One more breath. And slowly come around to the front again. And take the foot back down to the earth if it's lifted. Back into sitting mountain. Let's do that on the other side. The interesting one way will feel very different to the other, so just notice your little differences side to side. So perhaps we open the knee on the ground, or we bring it up and externally rotate in the air. I don't know if you can see that this one goes out way further than the other one. It's so cool to see those little differences, and they're just differences. It doesn't mean one side is good or bad, right? Let's take a breath in. Let's rotate around now to the left. Rotating to the left, the knees going up to the left. Maybe you're flexing your left foot, but you're grounding to that right foot to keep you steady. Now the inhale breath bring you back around to the front, and we're going to change the direction of that knee, and this one doesn't go in as far because it goes out further. Interesting, right? So wherever yours goes to, let's take a little twist around towards the right. Use your inhale breath to bring you back around to the front. And then exhale, bring that foot, the hands back down to sitting mountain. Take a breath. Interesting. Let's take our hands to our hips, maybe our lower back, maybe the back of the chair onto the fingertips, and let the spine lift up and forward. And you may keep your hands, your feet, where they are, or maybe walk them out in front with the toes pointing downwards. Taking a little back bend here, breathing into the spine. People often think we have to breathe into the spine at the back of the body, but our spine is also within, right? So we can breathe into the front of the spine. One more breath. And slowly release through your upper body. Bring your feet back into sitting mountain once more. Take a breath in and out here. Now from here, let's keep our left leg where it is. We'll open the right knee to the side. And you might stay here, you might bring it in a little closer. You might cross it over at the ankle. Try to keep this left leg steady because it's like our pretend standing leg. I'm going to ground down maybe into that, and maybe bring the ankle up onto the knee, or behind the knee onto the thigh. Make sure you flex your foot here too. And take your hands to the heart center, or a prism shape if you like. And we'll ground down into the feet. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, hinge forward from your hips, and you can take your hands to wherever they go for you today. Pressing the ground away from you will help to support, so all the weight doesn't crush down into that knee if you have, or that thigh if you have your leg up. Everyone will probably go different places because we all have different shaped hip joints, or different feelings in our lower back, our hamstrings even, knees, ankles, shoulders, backs, whole selves. Taking one more breath. And use your inhale to come up. Maybe you'd like to explore letting your arms gently move upwards and floating down from there. And then we'll unravel that leg, taking it off, gently placing it back to the earth. We'll take the other side, we'll open out, cross over if you like, or pick it up if you like. Again, acknowledge those differences side to side as being beautiful and unique and special, and not good or bad or right or wrong. Taking a breath in, and on your exhale breath, hinging forward from the hips as far as you feel comfortable, to that place where you can still breathe in that calm and slow and gentle fashion. One more breath here. And then we'll use that bottom foot to help drive us upwards. Maybe you explore letting the arms move up and outwards as you exhale, bringing them down. And then we could take that leg off and place it onto the ground. And from here, let's knock the knees in and walk the feet out a little bit wider apart, and just let the knees sit together for a moment. If you want, you can close your eyes here, soften your gaze somewhere in the distance. Take a moment to allow that breath to start moving a little bit deeper and maybe lengthening a little bit on that exhale. Feel the breath as it gets longer, getting deeper, as it gets deeper, getting longer. But staying gentle and soft without any force. Let's take another breath right down into our lower back here. And let it all melt out. Bring our feet back into sitting mountain. Keep your feet here if you like, or if you want to stretch them out, keep the knees soft, pull the toes back. Do it in your own way, but ground your heels to the floor to keep you steady. And we'll breathe in and very gently just folding forward from the hips, and you only need to go as far as you feel comfortable. You might like to slide your hands down your leg and take your head down, but please just take care and really feel into how is the breath, how is the body, what is your guidance telling you. Relax now through the hands, the elbows, the shoulders, the lower back, hips. Anything that you can relax, just let it go now. These beautiful big breaths into the back of your spine now. The next time that you inhale, slowly but surely coming on up and taking as many breaths as you like. No rush. Bringing yourself back to sitting mountain. Landing home again. Here we are. And if you'd like to now, you can sit back in your chair a little bit or stay tall if you prefer. Make yourself comfortable for a moment of rest. You can walk your feet out. You can turn your palms upwards if you like as a gesture of receiving. Maybe they rest on your lap or beside you somewhere. Again, you might like to close your eyes now. Just take another little check-in with yourself. How are you in this moment? Noticing the body, noticing if there's emotions, thoughts, energy, breath. And letting everything soften now, finding that your awareness, your attention is gently softening now. So you shift into a place now, just being and not needing to do anything. Just being here, giving yourself that moment of pause, of rest. Stay here just for another moment, and I'll let you know when it's time to come back, but you're also welcome to stay as long as you like. Again, just staying if you like, but if you'd like to come back now, taking note again of how you feel just being here, resting. Know you can return whenever you need. Just letting your awareness gently move back into your body again. And maybe the breath deepens as you do that. And when you feel ready to move, you can wiggle your fingers, your toes. Making your way back very slowly, It's in whatever way you like, coming back into sitting mountain again. We'll meet there to finish our practice off together today. When you get there, just checking in one more time and remembering yourself a little note to do that often, whenever you remember. We can bring our hands to our heart center, or maybe take one hand across the other on the heart. Bow our eyes towards our hearts and acknowledge the beautiful and kind and loving, compassionate, joy-filled and joyful hearts that lie within us. And may all beings everywhere be held with light, divine light, and unconditional love. Thank you, everyone. Thank you everyone for joining me today in that practice. It was so lovely to spend time with you and share a little moment that could be just for you, to have a moment to check in and look after yourselves. So don't forget, if you like the video, to press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and do let me know below how you found it, if there's anything you'd like to see in future videos, and also you can just say hi if you want. Okay, until next time, Chair Yogis, take care. See you then.